there's 33 articles at stake, so it'd be interesting to see which, if any, articles the judge rules were the result of either hacking or blagging, which Harry said led to him becoming paranoid, destroying his relationships with innocent people, and having a long-lasting effect on him.
To find out today whether he's won his legal case against Mirror Group newspapers. The Duke of Sussex is suing over allegations of phone hacking and unlawful information gathering between 1996 and 2011. David Brown is the Times chief news correspondent who's covering the case. David, good morning.
Morning. A truly historic day. Prince Harry was the first royal in 130 years to give evidence at the High Court when he was grilled for 8 hours earlier this year. And today we'll find out a result of all of that questioning. Was he a victim of unlawful activity in these 33 articles? Or were some of them actually obtained by legitimate methods? Justice Fancourt rules on that at 10:30.
Yeah, how much is at stake, do you think?
This is the first of several legal actions that Harry's bringing against newspapers or newspaper groups for unlawful information gathering. So in that sense, it's key. There's another trial due to start next year and then a third in 2025. For Harry, this is his campaign, as he describes it, to clean up the press. For the newspaper group, for Mirror Group newspapers, they deny unlawful information gathering in a vast majority of these cases. There is one where they said they paid a private detective to get information about Harry's visit to a nightclub. They've apologised and said they should pay a small amount of compensation to him. So it's crucial for Harry. And at 10:30, we'll find out which side has won. There's 33 articles at stake, so it'd be interesting to see which, if any, articles the judge rules were the result of either hacking or blagging, which Harry said led to him becoming paranoid, destroying his relationships with innocent people, and having a long-lasting effect on him.
What's been the Mirror Group newspaper's sort of defence?
We didn't do it. Simply put, there was one occasion where the payment was made. They've admitted in other cases that there was an unlawful activity. They say that executives and editors, which included Piers Morgan for part of this time, were totally unaware of any unlawful information gathering. Some of these stories, I sat through all of his evidence, but were actually the result of official interviews that Prince Harry came or had previously been reported in other newspapers. On the face of it, it's hard to see how those are a result of unlawful information gathering. Fortunately, that's for the judge to decide and not for me.
Yeah, well, given that, seeing that you did see the evidence, is there sort of any indication of how this lawsuit's gone for either party?
Harry arrived from California on the first day. His first day of evidence, I think I described it at the time. He seemed tired, perhaps slightly confused, perhaps quite normal when you've had arrived from an international flight. Second day, much more assured. Those were the ones where there was references to telephone messages between him and Chelsea Davy, his first proper girlfriend. He seemed to grow into it as he was questioned, particularly by David Sherborne, his barrister. There's a lot of stake at both sides here. Huge compensation payments for Mirror Group to pay if they are found responsible. And for Harry, questions about what some would consider his vendetta against newspapers, which he blames for the death of his mother. He says he wants to clean up the British media. So this is a high stakes game.
Yeah, you talk about that perspective from Harry. Sort of, he said before it's his mission to rid the British press of those he accuses, I'm quoting now, as criminals masquerading as journalists. This is one piece of a wider picture of his sort of aim, he'll say, to clean up the press.
Indeed. And it's not just the press he's targeting, of course. We've had earlier this week his case against the Home Office over his security entitlements when he's in the UK. Edward VII was the last member of the royal family to give evidence in court. That was 130 years ago. So this is significant. The royal family don't go to court generally. Of course, we had the King in the Royal Courts of Justice yesterday. That was an official visit. This is high stakes. Harry sees this as perhaps his mission. I think he sees that his wife, the Duchess of Sussex, has been mistreated by members, by some sections of the press as well, and that he thinks this has affected his whole life. In court, we heard that he blamed journalists for intruding into the life of his mother. This is really personal for Harry.